Alright, so this is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon on the Wii. This is a on-rails cover-based shooter. Let's go ahead and just go through a level here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the difficulty down to, I guess, the middle one. Oops, just did that. And now we'll go ahead and check out a mission select. It's just going to tell me I'm going to lose my progress on where I was. Let's go ahead and jump into, I don't know, level... No, let's do the first level. It's got some variety in it, at least. So, here's some basic controls here, is that you're just going to aim at the screen and shoot. And then you've got... Well, let's go ahead and go in, and I'll explain. So it's got its own story of how the ultra-nationalists over in Russia or whatever, you're at war with them, of course. And there's no voiceover on this part here, but there is voiceover in other cutscenes and mission briefings. This is just backstory, I guess. Typical European war stuff. So this game, I guess, is probably, I would say, meant to be played as 2 players, but you can play the entire game in single player. You will have a computer companion with you at all times if you play in single player. Of course, if you're playing in multiplayer, you have 2 people playing at the same time. So here's some voiced cutscenes. Alright, so as we get into this here, you got the enemies coming out. The blue one is my computer companion. I will be the yellow one here. So what you got to do is, you got the Wii remote and the nunchuck. You hold Z to come out of cover. And you can shoot from behind cover like this, but your accuracy is like nothing. Like, I can't even hit that guy. That guy, he's flashing over there. He's going to throw a grenade. You got to stay behind cover in order to not get hit by those things. Of course, if you come out of cover and shoot, then you got a way better accuracy. But as you're out of cover, you're then vulnerable to attack. What happened right there is the enemy tried to throw a grenade, but he got shot, and so he dropped the grenade, which is really good timing. If you shoot someone that's going to throw a grenade like too early, then they won't throw it. But if you shoot them like right before they're going to throw it, then they'll drop the grenade and it'll explode on them or and anybody nearby on the enemy side. So to advance through the level, you just kind of click on these chevrons, they call them. These points here. You just point at them and click on them to move forward. And so the whole game is kind of mostly this come out of cover, fire. Of course, you want aim for heads is the fastest way to take down an enemy. Oh yeah, and reloading, funny enough, is just like an arcade light gun game. It's just you point off screen and fire and you'll reload. And the reload is really fast in this game. Or at least it feels really fast. Because like, you just go like that and I'm already reloaded. I mean, that is... So last week I reviewed Bonsai Escape, which was also a on-rails cover shooter-like game. It's on PC, it's not multiplayer, and it reminded me a lot of this game. And I guess I really want to just ultimately say this is like a better game, more in-depth. It's got more mechanics. It's got multiplayer, of course. That guy, grenade guy. There we go. Another grenade dropped on the enemy. And also these points of moving, like you can move without your companion. You can even go back. Oh, it was too slow, I guess. But it's worth noting that also you have health bars there at the bottom, so you don't just stay behind cover and for a few minutes while your health recovers. It's not that type. You do have a health bar. So you also collect med packs, as you see down here at the bottom of the screen. I've got 3 med packs and 2 focuses. That is a time slowdown mechanic. But I also want to point out for the med packs, the only way to heal is when you're with each other. You can click on the person, as you can see it's blue or yellow, to heal them, and technically the other person heals you. So if you're not standing next to each other, then you can't heal each other. Also, when you're in 2-player mode, you cannot heal yourself. You have to click on the other person to heal them, and then you have to have the other person click on you to heal you. So you can't like hog med packs. You have to consider the health of the other player. And like I said, the focus, those are best used for when you got a bunch of enemies. You just press minus and it'll slow down the action. Now your bullet fire is also slowed down, so the entire area is slowed down. The only thing you gain by doing that is being able to move your cursor around fast, because everything else is slowed down. So that is what the focus ability does, and I have limited quantities of those. And as you can see, that is a med pack, so when I get over there I'll pick that up. So the best strategy really is just to kind of pop in and out of cover and like tap the fire button to take short shots, unless you're shooting at a stationary large object like a truck. Man, it needs to blow up. Okay, no more troops will come out of there. Some guy hiding back here. I do want to say the computer-controlled character. I've played through this game several times as an actual 2-player game with another human. But the computer-controlled character I just kind of been playing today to remind myself if he's good or not, and he is pretty good. Because there really weren't too many times where the computer-controlled character was a liability. That's really kind of the worry with any game where you have to have a computer-controlled companion, because if either one of you dies, you lose. And so the worry is that, well, if your computer-controlled companion is dumb, they'll get themselves killed, which will be the reason you fail most of the time. But that actually was not the case. I played through this first level, another level which we will demo here, level 5, and then also the last level. And I played on the hardest difficulty, so it's definitely doable as a single player game. You don't have to worry about the computer being dumb or anything too much. There are a couple areas where you have to cover the other person. Like, there's a level where you have to plant bombs, so you gotta cover the other person while they plant a bomb, or you have to use a computer. And so in those situations, the other person can't do anything because they're busy doing whatever, and then the person who's not doing that has to cover the other person, because enemies will just rush in, of course, and try to take either one of you out, and you gotta make sure you gotta defend both of you. And I found it that the computer player, they have very good shot, but their speed at which they acquire new targets is not always the fastest. So in those situations, you're better off covering the computer. Although I did manage to have the computer cover me a few times, it works. It is possible, but it's not a guaranteed thing. You're better off covering the computer character. So that way, you know, victory is in your own hands instead of the game's ability to play itself. And yeah, you can skip moving points. That's a checkpoint we just hit, so if we do die, maybe I should show that. If I just stand out here and get shot, here comes a grenade. This will finish me off, right? Oh no, my computer character actually managed to take him out. Here, I'll just move out here. This will even better. You can shoot also while you are moving from one piece of cover to another. So that option is there. So yeah, as you saw, I got shot, which means we lost and we have to reload from that checkpoint. Oh yeah, grenades are in this too. Show that in a sec. In fact, I show that right here. So you do have different options for weapons in some levels. If I press down on the D-pad on the Wii Remote, I can then throw a grenade. And then some levels, like this is the first level, you only have the one gun and a grenade. You can sometimes have two different guns to choose from in other levels. That's another checkpoint. That's pretty quick. Levels usually, the first level here is going to be like 15 minutes long. Other levels can last somewhere up to 20 or 30 minutes long. Last level took me about 45 minutes to do today. Gotta take out that turret guy. So yeah, when an enemy is going to have a really powerful attack, you'll see them flash, and there's a little signal above them to sort of indicate, hey, watch out for this. And I am going to run up there and grab that turret for myself as soon as my companion catches up. What? Oh, he grabbed it. Oh, fine. Wasn't expecting that. Oops, I probably should have stayed there. He probably left because I moved forward. So yeah, you can shoot while you're moving from one fire to another. I should probably heal. Heal? Okay, fine. Just slow down time here. I have med packs, why won't it let me heal? Here we go. So here we're going to get into some of the variety here. So most of the game is that sort of going from cover to cover and shooting and stuff. But here we're going to get inside a little robot. I'm going to skip that cutscene. We're going to go into like a turret section. So here we don't have control of our movement. We just aim and shoot. This kind of situation will come up a few more times where you're in this situation we're in like a little mini tank kind of thing. Later you'll be in like a helicopter flying over the city shooting at targets. Basically what you're doing here is of course you're just taking out troops with ease, but there will be those guys, they got the double chevrons above their head. They are holding rocket launchers or RPGs. And they are the ones you really got to target. So you got to like sort of look through the crowd and find the one holding an RPG if they got one. Like that up there. Because those are the ones that are actually going to hurt you. They got the big firepower. I don't see anything there. And of course, if you look at my reticle, you can see there's like a little bar underneath it. If I just keep firing, then that'll fill up to red and then it'll overheat and I won't be able to fire. So I do have to take a few breaks in between shooting. I can't just hold it down for a full minute. Oh, I just missed some targets back there. Because if it overheats, then I can't shoot for a second or so. Whoops. Oh, up there. Those are the ones that are going to drop my health bar. Right, so this is gonna go on until the end of the level here. But I will demo one more level to show another type of gameplay that it has, where you sort of have like a stealth section. A stealth section where some characters will have flares, where you gotta take out enemies sort of strategically. So what we got here is we're taking out this tank, taking out these little troops, just kind of mow them all down. Gotta watch out for those rocket launcher guys. Oh, one up there. Almost there. We just gotta go around to once we go through the storm drain over here, we'll just get one more group of enemies and we'll be done with this level. Gonna sneak right behind the enemy lines here. There we go. Alright, here we go. That's the last area right up there. We're gonna drive on in. Take out their supply trucks. Here come the tanks. Alright, come on, give me another group coming over here. Right behind us. Take out the trucks so that they don't have more troops coming out. Oop, there's a tank. Almost gonna overheat. Oh, good. We're good. And that is the level. I'll go ahead and skip that cutscene. As you can see here, it gives you stats. So, shots fired, accuracy, headshots, kills, preferred weapon, the weapon used most, and 16 minutes. We died once, that's because I did that. How many health packs used? There's not like a ranking, but there is stats, and there are achievements. Let's go ahead and quit back to the menu. I haven't gotten all the achievements. Some of them are pretty difficult to go for, but there are a bunch of different achievements for like beating the story, of course, in each difficulty. But then there's like finish level with each ghost above 95% accuracy. That's pretty crazy. That's something you really got to focus on doing. Of course, that doesn't necessarily give a difficulty option, so you could do it on the easiest difficulty. Take your time, take easy shots. Kill 100 enemies while walking and gunning. That's, I guess, cumulative. 5,000 headshots. I'm sure that's cumulative. That just takes a while. Upload score to leaderboards in arcade mode. Oh, I think that might be something that's going to keep me from ever getting all the achievements, because I'm sure the online is kaput at this point. Arcade mode is basically just the same thing, but it's like a score attack mode. It's going for high score. I believe it has to be in multiplayer. Like, you can't do it by yourself, I don't think. But yeah, you can face off against another player for who can get most points, and you can see how many points you can get together. And then there's leaderboards, which I'm sure are gone at this point. Give it a second to try anyway. Yeah, there you go. Unable to connect. That's not an internet problem. It's just a Nintendo problem with the servers all shut down. So yeah, that is still good for local multiplayer. Options here, you can see brightness you can adjust. Oh, I have that enabled. Whatever, that's fine. Grenade arc enabled. You can turn on and off rumble. Weapon sound effects, TV only. Oh yeah. So you can have it come out like gunfire, like come out of your Wii remote as well. Of course, if you want to have that on, you can. Controls, there's no like option to change the controls. It just shows you what the controls are. This is the standard control layout, and if you are in any way confused by having this set up, it also shows you that. Although all the buttons are still exactly the same. There's no change. Well, let's go ahead and do part of one more level. Let's jump to level 5, because this one is interesting, because you're captured at some point. And so this isn't the first stealth mission, but it is one that was difficult the first time I played it. So what happened is you got captured at some point, and so all your weapons are gone. And then there's this opening cutscene where you get the drop on the guards that are guarding you, and you get like just little handguns back. Well, so you just lucked out and had the defector guarding you. So yeah, you got no armor. Hold Z to while moving. Oh yeah, that's your aim button. You hold that and you'll just move more slowly if you want. I don't think you really need to here. But yeah, here you gotta take out enemies, or try to take them out in one shot. You take your time to kind of get headshots here, because if you don't, one of them will pull out a flare, and that will alert everyone else, and you'll fail the mission if they get that flare off. And this is like just another type of level or play structure where you are focused on being stealthy and taking out headshots. So here, I'm going to aim for the guy farthest away first. Yeah, so I think if take out like someone that no one's looking at, or someone that's by themselves first, then that's less noticeable by the other enemies. Another type of mix-up in the gameplay will be that sometimes you'll be in like enclosed area, and like the enemies will drop like a gas grenade in the area, and at that point it becomes like a timed game. So like there'll be a meter at the bottom that kind of fills up as the gas is in the area, and if that meter gets to full, then you'll lose, because basically you got gassed to death. And then the objective there is to simply take out the enemies as quickly as possible before the gas gets you. Let's go ahead and slow down time. Oh, I almost missed that guy. Shoot him. He was holding a flare. That guy's holding a flare. That guy's holding a flare. Ah, man. So yeah, if they hold up the flare for like a full second or something, then you lose. You just have to restart. And this actually is the spot I got stuck on the first time I played it, because I didn't realize the focus ability was so helpful. So I can take out that guy without anyone noticing, and then I can sneak up. Oops, that guy saw me. And is that it? That's it. So there you have it. Use those focus things, slow down time, because that was the spot I got stuck on. I thought it was impossible to do. And there you have it. We get our weapons back, and we continue the level. So yeah, that is Ghost Recon. As you can see, you can change your weapon setup with the other computer character at checkpoints or respawns, whatever. If you have any questions about the game, let me know in the comments below. If you have any suggestions on games like this, let me know about those. Let me know if you think you have a better on-rails cover shooter that's got co-op, because I don't know if there is one. So yeah, here's an example of he's setting a charge, and sometime in other parts of the level, there will be enemies coming to take us out. But yeah, totally fun game. Definitely recommend to play it if you got the setup. Stealth is not a problem in the rest of this level, because we have gear and stuff. And that is the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.